All right, we are on the record. So both the state and the defense have no objections with letting you know that the witness who's sitting here, the person who's sitting there is actually his attorney, Mr. Cornelius Cox. All right, just so you all know, in case you're wondering who that was. I know that I've told you time and again, sometimes students come in here and sometimes other people come in here just to view things, but he's actually here because he's his attorney. All right, state, call your next witness.
The state calls Versa Austin, Your Honor.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Sir?
Yeah.
All right, you may lower your hand. And if you'll state your name for the record.
Versa Austin.
All right, state.
Thank you, Judge. And Mr. Austin, to make sure that this microphone, if you just speak into it, if you need to, you don't have to get too close to it, but just make sure you speak up so that everybody can hear you. Okay, sir? I mean, you have to answer out loud. Is that okay?
Sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, do you go by a nickname?
Juicy.
And that's how most people know you, is that correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
And do you live in San Antonio?
Yes, sir.
You live over there close to East Moto's apartment plex?
Yes, sir.
And what do you do over there, sir?
We just walk around, hang around.
And I've spoken with you before at your house, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And I spoke to you about a shooting. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
And do you remember that day of that shooting?
Yes, sir.
And do you remember being present when the shooting happened?
Excuse me, sir. You need to answer the question. You want to re-ask your question?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Austin, do you recall being present during the shooting?
Mr. Austin? Mr. Austin? Mr. Austin, you need to answer the question. It's either yes or no. State, re-ask your question.
Mr. Austin, do you recall being present during the shooting?
Nope.
Okay. Mayor Petron?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's marked. If you don't mind, move your hat. State exhibit number 19. Who's in that picture?
That's me.
State exhibit number 20. Who's in that picture?
That's me.
State exhibit number 21. Who's in that picture?
Me.
Okay. And we're going to state exhibit number 9. Mr. Austin, are you familiar with this this video here?
Yes, sir.
Started at 15:42:38. Mr. Austin, if you please look at the video and tell me if you recognize the individuals walking past the trash can right now, walking down the sidewalk on the left of this video.
Nope. None of them. I'll stay in one spot too low.
I'm sorry, that?
I'll stay in one spot too low. I move around.
I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't hear it.
Can you repeat that, please?
I do not stay in one spot. I do not stay in one spot at all. I move around.
Okay, you move around. So if somebody else said that you were in this video, they'd be wrong?
Yeah, I was in the video, but when I hear gunshots, I don't stay in one spot.
I'm sorry, did you say if you hear gunshots?
When I hear gunshots, I don't stay in one spot. I move around.
So if you hear gunshots, you move around.
Yep.
That's smart. If you look at the video again, can you tell me if you see yourself in it? You're in a man?
Yes,
Using this highlighter, I'm gonna point to somebody.
yes.
Do you recall who that is?
That's me.
That's you in the video.
Which one report you start with?
Sort of standing close to that barbecue pit or trash can. Is that right, sir?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna start it at the video. The next video is 15:45:07. You're still standing in the same spot, is that correct?
Yep.
Do you see a person? Do you know an individual by the name of Kino?
Why you ask me these questions?
Excuse me, sir. You are just to listen to the question and answer the question. You're not allowed to ask questions. Do you understand? All right, ask your question.
Do you know an individual by the name of Kino? Sir, Mr. Austin.
Just one moment. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have you step outside for just 2 minutes, please. Everyone, please rise for the jurors. All right, everyone, please be seated. All right, state it's your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Austin, as jury went out, I was asking you a question. You know an individual by the name of Keno?
No, sir.
You don't? So, did you speak with me at your house, Mr. Austin,
Yes, sir.
on your porch?
Yes, sir.
And your mom was there, right?
Sir.
Her name's Maggie.
Yes, sir.
You remember talking to me about this shooting in front of her?
I told you, when I move, when I move, but when I been a neighbor, I'm telling you, I was staying when I stayed in one spot, I moved around when I hear shooting. That's it.
Mr. Austin, can you look at me? Do you recall talking about this shooting with me on your front porch?
I don't know.
Is that a lie, Mr. Austin?
I say I don't know.
So you don't recall me being on your front porch?
Objection, Your Honor, asked and answered.
Overruled.
Sir, do you recall me being on your front porch?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall us speaking about the shooting? Sir, do you recall us talking about the shooting?
No, sir.
You don't. Do you recall telling me who did the shooting?
I told you, when I hear shootings, I don't stay in one spot.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I told you, when I hear gunshots, I don't stay in one spot.
That indicates that you were at the shooting, sir. Is that correct?
But I left though.
Yeah, you did leave after the shooting. Correct?
No,
So when did you leave?
I left before the shooting started. I left.
So if I have a video showing you running from the scene after the shooting, would that video be a lie? Sir, would that video be a lie? Sir, would that video be a lie?
Yes, sir. I left. I left before the shooting started.
I'm going to show you what state exhibit number 9 again, a different angle of the video.
Oh, man.
We're going to start it at 15:49:00. Sir, I'm sorry, call you.
And defense, you're welcome to move around.
Yes, Judge, we're okay for right now.
Sir, can you please look at the video? Do you need to move closer? Sir, would you like to move closer so you can view the video? You've seen this video before, haven't you? Have I shown you this video? And did you ID yourself in that video? That you witnessed the shooting? Can you tell the jury why you won't answer? Your Honor, the state would move it to evidence state exhibitor 19, 20, and 21. We'll tender to defense for any objections.
We have no objections, Your Honor.
And that's 19, 20, and 21.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, those exhibits are admitted without objection.
Mr. Austin, or go by Juicy, is that correct? Sir?
Mr. Austin, you need to answer the question. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
On state exhibit number 19, it's been entered. That is you in that photo, is that correct?
Yes,
That's you leaving after the shooting from the parking lot. Is that correct?
I left before the shooting started. I left.
So the video is a lie. That's a question.
I'm gonna object to the form of the question.
Your Honor, this.
All right, that objection will be overruled.
Thank you. That video is a lie then. Is that correct? Is that what you're telling this jury? Sir, can you answer the question, please? Was that video a lie? Or are you lying right now?
Nope.
So the video is a lie? Or are you lying? Which one?
You know, I used to be a special ed, man. I slow reason. Oh, man.
Mr. Austin, do you recall talking to me on your front porch? You were not acting like this. Do you recall that? Do you recall that, sir? Sir, do you recall that? May I propose to the jury, Your Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Austin, I'm gonna ask you. Did you see Keno shoot somebody that day?
Nope.
Are you lying?
Nope.
So the video lies, is that correct?
I told you I don't stay in one spot.
Excuse me?
I do not stay in one spot.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I do not stay in one spot. Told you I move around when I move around, I don't stay in one spot.
After the shooting, you came back to the scene. You recall that?
Nope, I didn't come back to see him. I left.
So you didn't come back, is that right?
Nope.
Well, because one of the state exhibits that are in the hands of the jury right now shows a body cam, you standing at the corner less than 20 feet away from Avante Boyce that was laying there dying. Do you recall that? Do you recall holding the baby of Avante Boyce in your hands when Evie gave him to you? Do you recall that? You are not answering questions because why? Explain that to the jury. State exhibit number 9 at 14:49:13. If you're viewing the video, sir, please. Do you see yourself? Sir, do you see yourself in the video?
Mr. Austin? Mr. Austin, you need to answer the question. Do you understand? All right, just give me a moment. If we can have the jury step out just for a couple of minutes. All right, everyone, please be seated. And state you can continue with your questions.
Thank you, Judge. I'll try to be brief here. Mr. Austin, one, I'll ask you again, do you know who Keno is?
Yes, sir.
You do? And is that person here in the courtroom today?
Yes, sir.
Can you please point him out and identify article of clothing he's wearing?
Uh,
I'll ask you this question. I'll withdraw that question. I'm gonna ask you this question. What did you see Keno do that day of the shooting?
do I have to answer that question?
Yes. All right, state, re-ask your question.
What did you see Keno do that day?
I ain't seen him do nothing.
Did you tell me something different?
I ain't seen him, I ain't see, I ain't seen him do nothing that day. I was like, that was like, man, oh Lord.
I'm gonna show you state exhibit number 9 again. If you can please view it and tell me if you can identify yourself in it. Sir, can you please look at state exhibit number 9, the video? Is that you?
Yes,
This is at 15:50:00. Go ahead, please. Keep on looking back, is that right? You're leaving the parking lot, is that right?
yes, sir.
Mr. Austin, do you know whose car that is? Simple question, sir. Do you know whose car that is?
It's,
Whose is it?
that's my homeboy's mother's car.
I'm sorry, you said your homeboy's mother's car, is that right?
Yes,
Is your homeboy Keno? Sir, is your homeboy Keno?
I got a whole lot of homeboys.
Well, is one of your homeboys named Keno? State exhibit number 9 stopped at 155105. You know who that is, right? That was a question, sir.
Nope,
You don't know who that is?
nope.
Mark State exhibit number 11. Let's be a better view of that individual. You know who that individual is.
I know it, but
You do?
yep.
Didn't you hold her baby when she went to Avante Boys after he had been shot?
When I had the baby when she was out. Me and the baby was outside. We did not go in the building.
But that was after the shooting. Is that right? Is that correct, sir?
I told you I left before the shooting started.
I'm talking about after the shooting.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know. I'm going to show you what's been marked State exhibit number 20, and it has a time on it, 1555. 1555. Who's that? You already identified yourself in it, didn't you? Is that correct, sir?
Yes, me.
That's you walking back to the scene.
Nope, I did not walk back. No, I didn't go back to seeing.
State exhibit number 21. That's you, isn't it?
That's me.
Standing outside where Avante is found, bleeding and shot. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Defense.
One moment, Judge. Sir, you don't know who did the shooting, do you?
Nope.
We'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Olson? Are you scared? No further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Is this witness excused or subject for recall?
Subject to recall, Your Honor.
At the statement once.
All right. The rule has been invoked. That means you cannot discuss your testimony with anyone. The only persons you can speak to are attorneys for the state or the defense. You need to make sure you're available in case you are recalled to testify. All right, you may step down. State, call your next witness.